Hello everyone, this is Vicki Verley. Thank you so much for joining me for your monthly Tarotscopes. These monthly mini readings offer a glimpse into what it's really like to have a personal consultation with me. A private reading is much more personal and in-depth. I psychically tune into your energy and get visions and impressions that are specific only to you. If you would like to order a personal reading from me, or check out some of the other products and services that I offer, you can do so by checking out the link below. And now, without further ado, on to the reading.
Gemini.
Hi Gemini. Thanks for joining me for your February 2015 Tarotscope and Animal Totem card for February 2015. Let me shuffle these cards up for Gemini. See what we're going to get here. Move this stuff out of the way. Oh, there goes one. First card. I'll try not to talk too much about any interpretations until we've got the cards really laid out here. That's kind of nice. Alright, there's the first row. Let's get the second row. Third row, and we're gonna need one last card. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna check the camera to make sure all the cards are in frame, and they pretty much are. Some of this glare is just, I'll try to hold the cards up for you. I don't have the overhead light in this room on. This is light coming in from the window. Okay, so yeah, let's look at this top thing here. Now, normally, the thing that in these central first couple rows here is this Knight of Swords in reverse and King of Swords in reverse. And usually I'll say that's the same person, and it totally could be. But seeing as that the swords people that represent air signs, it even may be you. But air signs are Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Another thing is, though, we are in the time of Aquarius during this forecast, which is air also. So it could be just talking about during the time of air, during the time of Aquarius, which is till the 18th, I believe. Excuse me. But things are in reverse. So no matter what it is, it's like this is some long-held belief. That's what it is. Excuse me, I still got like a frog in my throat. Oh my. This shows time passing from Knight to King. This is time that's passed. So there is something that's been going on for a long time. If it's somebody else, it's like they're not on the same page as you, or, negative and reverse. It's often like a negative thing, and that they never will be. That's what this could say. If it's you, though, it might be saying that this is some old-time thing that was ingrained in you, a belief system, an outlook that was ingrained in you at a younger time in your life that you may have been carrying around for a long time. See, I feel like whoever this is, this Knight and King of Swords, there's definitely some things that are kind of out of whack about them, and it's time to let this go. So if it's somebody else that you're dealing with, it may be time to say, I can't deal with this person anymore, or I need a break, or at the very least. Judgment is you've paid your karmic due, but it's also like a graduation. It's you've learned these lessons, or you've come so far, and now it's always to move on to the next thing. I always look at what does this point at, this Judgment card. Excuse me, and it's pointing up at the Wish card up here. Now, the Wish card is a simple, yes, your wish is coming true. Okay. And if any of you did have like a yes or no question, if this were a personal reading or private reading, if you had a yes or no question, the Wish card would say yes, your wish is going to come true to specifically whatever you were asking about. But it says wishes are coming true, but I just feel like it's got, this release is part of it. And it's like either release your old belief systems. Maybe this is some boss you've worked for years and years. And it's just like, well, I'm going to look somewhere else. I got to move on. It's about moving on. It's about setting down these childish belief systems that were out of whack. because you've got the temperance in reverse here, saying it's out of whack. It's not, you know, it's in your mind. It's not in reality, or it's in your mind, not in your heart. There's a lack of balance there, or a lack of wholeness to this person if it's somebody else. Maybe your train of thought if it's you. Staying out of balance is leading to all this stuff. More Three of Swords in reverse, stress, anxiety, depression even. There's a fear of you being on guard. And what is he? I always look at what he's looking at too. What is he on guard about? He's on guard about releasing. It's almost like this could be a case of, well, better the hell I know than the hell I don't know. You know, but I know this is. If this is you, I know I've been unhappy. I know I've been unsatisfied. But you know, it's outside of me, or you know, it's nothing I don't have to change, or you know, it's like this is my boss who's a prick. You know, and it's like, well, at least I know what triggers him, and I know how to tiptoe around him, and I can put up with him. What if my next job is worse, or this or that? So there's this big crossroads about things that need to be released, and when it is released, wishes are coming true. So it's about releasing fear too. This is a fear. These two cards together, especially big time fear, apprehension, worry about, you know, what's out there. I've got to put my guard up against, protect myself and my stuff from what's out there, you know. So yeah, that's going on. Along with this wish card too is some kind of money coming. So some of you could be just real simple, like, yeah, your wish is coming true, you're going to get a raise or promotion or a new job. A lot of you, this could be some kind of new job or something. There's definitely an opportunity for this anyway. And a lot about, this is all saying over here that we've been out of sync. Two of Rods in reverse is saying we've not been on our right path. And that's half the battle. A lot of the pain, the suffering, you know, the expression go with the flow, you know, it's so cliche anymore, but it really is. There's a flow to life. And as you follow that flow, you get in sync and synced up, and synchronicities happen with things that are supposed to be for you. When it's in reverse, you're fighting against the stream, oppositions are coming at you. You know, instead of being so emotionally invested in something, we need to just say, okay, well, maybe that's not for me. And we can waste months, years, whatever, suffering over why didn't I get that job, or why did I get that lover that I wanted, or whatever we're trying to force our way into, when really the flow is taking us this way. And we should just go that way. And eventually you will. Eventually you're going to have to, like, if people hang on to relationships, you know, you're going to have to let go. They're going to get married or do something else, and then you're going to still go down that road. But why do you don't have to stay here and linger in this hell I know. You don't have to stay in the hell you know, okay? Down here is some more clues as to another opportunity. For a lot of you, the way this spread is, if this was a personal reading, I would say you're kind of veering away. Because look at, he looks over here, he's not looking at where the opportunity is. And then if you stay in this funk, then you end up here, off your path, having issues and struggle over money, or you're hating your job or something like that. That being a focus, a thorn in your side, your prosperity and your making of money. Or you could look in another direction. And it's showing Knight of Rods. Now, this could be a fire sign guy, Leo, or I said guy, but person, Leo, Aries, Sag, maybe younger than you. Youthful exuberance. The Knight of Rods is somebody who gets excited about things and is a forge, come on, let's go, leads the brigade, you know, let's go do it, right? That's Knight of Rods energy. Also, there is, on the 3rd, there's going to be a full moon in Leo. So that could be, it could be around that time of the 3rd, because that's fire, right? Hierophant, though, you know, he's got the Hierophant here. So here's what I want to say. He looks away from it, though. He's, Cavalier came into my mind. What a weird, that's not even the right word that I was saying, but Cavalier, that might be a message for somebody out there. He's not Cavalier, he's, I just threw my whole flow right off what I was going to talk about. That somebody that blurted in Cavalier came blurting in, because Cavalier is like you don't care, right? I don't really give a crap about something. If I'm not mistaken, that's what it means. Well, maybe like there's a Cleveland Cavaliers. Maybe that Cavalier in history
Maybe there's some connection to that. If that rings any bells with you, the word cavalier, maybe look it up, and that has some history behind it, where that word origin. Maybe it's going to be a clue for you. But here's what I was saying. He's got Hierophant next to him, so he works within the confines or the construct of the society that be out there, but he kind of does things his own way. It's like he plays by the rules, or almost he knows how to work the system. That almost is more what I want to say about this guy. But this is where it's going to go, and around the 3rd is maybe a key time. So it's a big thing about, are we going to stay in our old mind, of our childhood mind? When I was a child, I thought as a child, right? Or something. There's something like that. Or are we going to graduate and go on to the next level here? There's an opportunity for you to do that, or there's an opportunity for you to say, oh, I'm too old to change, I'll just plod down this road till I die, or something. That's kind of severe, but that's kind of what it's saying. There's an opportunity for a wish to come true for you here, but it's not going to just drop it out of the sky. There's action that needs to be taken. You have to change the road you're on. Okay. All right, well, let's have a look at that animal totem card for you guys for February 2015. I don't know if you guys watched some of these other ones. I think I said the wrong date a few times, but it's not going to matter, okay, if you're concerned about, anybody's concerned about that. This will be the last time I'll probably use this deck. We'll be using at least the imagery from my art next time, even if the deck isn't complete. But I should have the imagery completed by then. Okay, let's have a look. Here it is. This was a silk moth. This came up for real recently. I don't know if it came up for you guys last time, but I know this came up in January's readings for sure. So it's silk moth, and it says fertility, success, and fulfillment. Well, right off the top of my head, talking about, relating it to the card reading we just did, you got to make a change, and that's what the butterfly is. It goes from the chrysalis, whatever, the pupa, chrysalis, the stages of it, and then it comes out and really spreads its wings, and it's a transformative thing. It's not going to stay in caterpillar, in the cocoon. You got to get out there and make a change. Okay, so this is confirmation. And thanks for everybody who has been commenting and everything about the confirmation. And I would say silk moth, for confirmation on this one, it doesn't have to be a silk moth. It could be any kind of moth, or even a butterfly, I would say, would fall into this category. Okay, stay tuned. I'll be right back with the official explanation and lots of other cool stuff I got to tell you guys about. So be right back. Because the cocoon is used as a rattle by some Native American tribes, the silk moth can represent new rhythms coming into our lives, as well as healing through music. The silk produced is used in creating the finest fabrics in the world, and silk cloths are often used to wrap tarot decks. Okay, before we go, I want to again just thank everybody for all your comments about how you've been getting confirmation on these animal totems. And I'm going to show you some of my, where I'm at with the progress. And I think it's kind of cool. I showed it on the last astrology video about how we go from a sketch to then I take it into Illustrator, and then we go to, make nice clean lines and a vector drawing. And then I finish it off in Photoshop and with the final card and add a lot of texture and depth and color. So I'm going to go ahead and just keep showing you guys some. And while I'm showing you the rest of some of these cards that I'm doing, I wanted to ask again, I know I mentioned it in the astrology video, but I know I don't, like some of you don't watch the astrology and not the cards and vice versa. But I'm really looking for an app developer who has some knowledge of some of these mystical things. I really want to do a tarot app, and I'd love to do an app for this new animal totem cards. But even more so, I want to do an astrology app so much, because there just isn't an astrology app out there that can do the things that I want to do. I've been mulling this around for a few years. I have detailed things of how I want it to look and operate and function. I just need somebody who knows code, who can, go ahead and maybe help me with that part of it. So go ahead, if anybody you guys know anybody, please email me and let me know about that. Back to the animal totems, like a lot of you, again, I know you don't watch the astrology, but I've been having so much confirmation, a lot of it coming from you, so definitely keep commenting and tell me about that. But the other thing on that astrology video, the last one I did for the Aquarius new moon, about 3 minutes and 40 some seconds in, this hawk just crashed into the window while I was doing the reading. You don't see it crash in the window, but you hear it. It's clunk, and I'm like flipping out, and I turned the camera onto the window, and you could see it in the bushes and the trees there, but it flew off. And I want to note that this is not a, yeah, confirmation about the animal deck, yes, but there's more to this. This window also is not like a big picture window outside of a deck. It's set back in a nook. There's a huge forsythia bush in the way. I mean, he was coming to me. It was pretty obvious. And if that window wouldn't have been there, it probably would have landed right on my shoulder, the way I was sitting. And it was a splat. I just see the splat of I hear clunk, and I hear the splat of this thing. You can watch it. It's at like 3 minutes and 40 something. I don't know if I'll be able to put the thing on there, but I know what it was telling me, because the hawks are the messenger. It's like, speak, soar to new heights, be yourself, speak your truth. Because for a long time, I wrote a book. I wrote another book, and I want to thank everybody too who does do my astrology tarot in the modern world book, and likes it and everything. But I wrote a book of fiction, and the original idea actually came to me in the 90s, and I was mulling it around in my head. I finally started really writing it in 2011. And I published it in 2012, just for copyright purposes mainly. But I haven't come out about it, really. And I've been putting it off, and then I said, well, when the Uranus conjuncts the South Node, I'll definitely come out about it. And that's when that video was, the astrology video. And as I started the video, I was thinking to myself, I'm not going to talk about this book. And then crashed this talking. So it's like, you better. It's like that hawk was telling me, you better talk about it. So I am going to talk about it some more. I mentioned it in the other video, but as I said, I know a lot of you don't watch both. So here it is. It's a work of fiction, and it's called Starseed, A Pleiadian Tale of Love, by V.M. Lariv, which is a pen name. Lariv is an anagram of Verley, so that's how I came up with that. I drew the cover art. It's Othvar. It's meant to be, it's a work of fiction, but it's also meant to be a teaching book, and it's stuff about, you're going to learn, it's about the story of Rory Lang and her awakening, basically. And there's a lot of things in it, like on the line of the Celestine Prophecy, how it's a fiction story, but there's spiritual insights as well. So that's kind of the approach I was trying to take, although other than that, the story's nothing like like that. It's a Pleiadian Tale of Love. It's meant to be like a paranormal romance. Like, as I said, I published it mainly just to copyright it because I was sending it out to some people. It's a good read. It's a short story. It's got some humor. I try to have some humor in it. Rory's a bartender. It's loosely based on some of my experiences, but it's still, I would say 90% fiction, okay? And then there's different people in there. Some of, like Helga is a composite character of all the great bar broads that I've known in my life, these older women who are just, so the crazy things they've said and done and their strength, and I've just, they definitely came up in the time when it was a man's world, but they made their own way. It's meant to be humorous. But it needs a little going over. I imagine it would need an editor, work with an editor, or possibly my arm's getting tired. Or a screenwriter, really, maybe even to help me like convert it into a script might be a nice way to go. But the universe is telling me to put out there. The hawk crashing in the window was like, don't you dare chicken out. You put that out there. So I'm doing it. I'm putting it out here. Because really, I'm so into working on this animal deck right now. That's what I'm so focused on. But I got to walk the talk. I'm listening to Spirit, and it's telling me to put it out. It's not for everybody. It might be too far out there for a lot of people, but it might not be for others. And like a lot of the stuff I had confirmation, like watching videos of like Dolores Cannon. I didn't know about Dolores Cannon during the time that I was writing this, and when I watched a lot of her stuff and her information, definitely confirmed a lot of what I was getting, and tried to incorporate in this book. So that was nice confirmation. I'm so sorry to hear of her passing too, because I really thought she was such a cool lady. I wanted to meet her. I wanted to go to her thing in Arkansas, but too late now. But anyways, her work lives on. Okay, so this is it. This is Starseed. And again, thank you for everybody who's been buying and Tarot in the Modern World. And again, if you're watching this video to learn tarot, this is the book. This kind of tells it all. Thanks for commenting and leaving stuff on YouTube and on Amazon, commenting and rating the book. I'm so grateful. Grateful for everybody who has, commenting and donating and ordering readings and sharing and liking my videos. Remember that you are love and beauty incarnate, and I'll speak to you soon.